For the amount of time I spend in this job talking with my clients about sex, I don't know why I don't do more videos on it, because um, it's 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 a conversation that I have just so often. Probably at least a third of my week, in some way, shape, or form, revolves around my client's sex life. And what I find really interesting about that is that it doesn't matter whether I'm working with an individual or as I'm working with a couple. Um, the nub of it mostly comes down to communication. And I mean, like, we know that sex is about communication, right? I mean, apart from just the obvious kind of practicalities of it, sex is about being able to speak openly with each other about what you want, what you need, what your emotional needs are, what your physical needs are. But I mean, it goes off in so many different. It goes off in so many different kind of like angles and areas, because you've got kind of like confidence and confidence while having sex, and kind of like the confidence to be able to do it. And it always surprises me that there are so many couples that don't feel confident in their sexual relationship. But like, again, that comes back down to communication and how willing and able they are to talk about it. And then you've got communication from a point of view of what has been going on in terms of, are they getting on well? Have they had an argument? Is there an underlying issue in their relationship that is not to do with sex, but is to do with something else? And then, of course, you've got kind of like infidelity and, well, actually emotional infidelity, actually more so than physical infidelity. And so, it's just, well, what are we today? We're Wednesday today, and I think I've had three, or at least three. I'm not even thinking about it. At least three conversations with couples about their sex life, and it comes up time and time again. So, this is about communication. This is about how you resolve difficulties in your relationship in a wider context. How do you address issues if you are upset with each other? If you are having an ongoing issue, or whether or not this is just about feeling taken for granted and about actually feeling exhausted. No one wants to be a nymph when they're knackered, right? I mean, bloody hell, I get that. But that is all about how you talk about it and how you discuss it. And I don't like to say negotiation when we're talking about sex, but sex is sometimes a negotiation, in terms of how you work out, like how you work out your energy levels, and how you work out your different drives, and how you work out what time of day you're going to do it, and like where the kids are, and like the practical stuff. But as well as, I mean, I think for a lot of couples, it is about. So with one couple this week, it was about communication and feeling taken for granted, and feeling like she felt like he thought that she just had an on-off switch, but that he wasn't giving her any of the affection or any of the love or any of the validation that she needed the rest of the time. And then for another couple, it was about confidence and about taking the lead and about initiating and yeah, kind of like technique, I suppose, but from the point of view of feeling embarrassed to take the lead and to initiate and not wanting to feel rejected. So again, all comes back down to communication. I'm no sex expert. I'm not, I'm not qualified as a sexual therapist or anything like that. But I do know that to have a healthy sex life, you've got to be able to talk about it. And if you can't talk about it, then you're not likely to have a healthy sex life. Like, it's not rocket science. And I happen to like talking about it. So that's, makes my job pretty easy from that point of view. But yeah, that's it really. I just thought I'd share that because like I talk about it all the time and I never do videos on it. And I thought, I wonder why I don't do any videos on it. I don't know whether you guys, I think most people like talking about sex. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So let me know in the comments below whether you like me talking about sex or not. And if you don't want to comment below because you're embarrassed, then send me a message. And if you have any issues about your sex life that you would like to discuss, then ping me a message and we can talk about it. Okay? All right. Happy sex.